Hello, this is Positive Vibes Enterprise. I am Tom Goodwin, and this is Michelle Ronquillo.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
And the subject today is passion.
Dun da da da. Passion.
And
We all have it. We all have to tap into it.
and how can you? When it comes to empathy, one of the things I always say is emotions power the spiritual, and you can't impact this world or make a difference in this world if you lack passion.
Yes.
And the spiritual has all to do with making a difference in this world, helping the world, and trying to improve the world, trying to get the world to grow and become healthier and to heal the world. And that requires passion to make a difference, to move things in a positive direction.
Yeah, definitely. Passion is connected to the emotion, and spiritual understanding, spiritual walking is all about learning that emotional balance. And you put passion into anything that you want to manifest as well. Anything good and worth evolving and changing for the spiritual better of you comes with intense passion.
And where you put your passion makes quite a difference, because there's some people that their passion is for bacon or for ice cream or for all kinds of strange things that are not really that healthy or that valuable. So it's important. So it's your emotions and your passion is what tend to dictate your desires, where your desires tend to go. And if you put your passions into that which is healthy and that which is valuable, then you're going to tend to have desires that will move in that direction.
And I think that it's important to say right now, as I get healthier and healthier, and I start curbing off the unhealthy habits that I have in my life. At first, it's hard because of the control factor of the illusions of those bad things for you. But the more that you get into the passion of why you're doing it. See, it's the passion that I want to better myself. So the passion that you're not doing it for somebody else, you're doing it for yourself. Passion rises up. It motivates you. It moves you into a healthier, new lifestyle. And then you start wanting that new health. You want that because your passion is literally showing you how good it feels to have spiritual health, body health, mental health, all the awesomenesses that bring you the focuses of the passion that we're talking about, that spiritual energy that's going to drive you forward.
And it is difficult. It is hard to become healthier.
Yeah.
It's hard to connect more with reality. And as you connect more with reality, you will see the value of being healthier.
Exactly.
In other words, you become a lot more effective if you're healthier. Now you may miss a lot of the creature comforts, but there are more important things in the creature comforts that are the type that are destructive to you. There are actually creature comforts that are healthy for you, but you have to get used to them and get comfortable.
The new ones.
Like
you let go of the old ones.
good fresh fruit and vegetables. Yes. And healthy food, once you have developed the strength to get away from all these decadent type attractions, then your taste can develop the sensitivity to appreciate that which is healthy for you.
Well, I think also in the passions of getting healthy, you are learning to pay attention of what foods you're putting in your body. It's amazing how much I didn't know about what you have to watch out for, what's good for your body, what's not good for your body, what's man-made. I mean, there's just so much research, and we will definitely link some here as far as where you can go for a start of what you can put in your body that is good for you versus what's bad for you. There's a lot of conspiracy theories, and hey, you know what? We're about reality-based stuff. So let's work about the right now moments of passion passion, getting healthy, understanding what it means to tap into those passions, what you're going to get out of trusting your intuitions because it's leading you from passions, and that it's reality based. You can go and research and verify things that are healthy for you, and why it works so well for us, because we get more focused, we get more in tuned, and our passions come out clearer, and a more reality based perceptions for a spiritual growth.
The more you get connected with reality, the more you will become passionate in an impactful way in this world.
Yes.
And one of the things, like a lot of times less is more when it comes to becoming sharper spiritually. And what happens is people get into all these drugs and all these indulgences, and they get less sharp spiritually, and the intuition is dulled.
Yes.
And then they're relating to people more as objects or things, or in a superficial way, because they don't tune in on a deeper level anymore, because the drugs have tuned them out. Delusions do the same thing. That's what the conspiracy theories
Numbing does the same thing.
And conspiracy theories a lot of times are just the result of having a sort of like delusional way of looking at reality, where you distort things.
You need to research, make it into valid information, make it into valid things that people can actually learn from, put their awareness in, that will help the world spiritually evolve, instead of flighty-dighty delusional things. We want reality-based things that are going to help us grow. We're going to help us bring us in unity and stop the injustices that are really there.
So we want intuition that is the type of intuition that actually makes a difference in this world.
Yes.
We want people to be sensitive to the right things. I mean, if you're a mind reader and you're good at reading all these delusions or things in a particular way, and you tend to support them, that isn't good. And there's psychics that tend to, and gurus and all types of people that can tune into people really strongly, but they're not tuning in necessarily in a healthy way.
Yes, and I'm going to say that right now. I'm a psychic medium, and I've done hundreds of readings. The passion needs to be put back into the person. The individual, every individual has that passion, the spiritual connections, and the abilities to tap into that gut intuition that makes psychics. So it is all about training yourself into the healthy perceptions of your own passions that can give you a balance of what is reality versus what is delusions, what is illusions, and what is things that are trying to make you doubt your own abilities inside yourself. It's all about the passions and controlling and understanding the emotions in the spiritual sense. But it's all about training. It's all about step by step. And in that passion, it goes with making your body healthy, your mind healthy, your soul healthy, by looking at things at a reality-based level, and feeling trauma if it's there, feeling passions of joy when it's there, gratitude, humbleness when it's there, and balance them out of how it's working in your life.
And I always get into that you have to have the guiding spiritual theories to help you to connect with reality better. The type of theories that will help you to handle pain and discomfort, because you understand that by dealing with pain and discomfort, that can connect you with more reality if you can handle it.
Yeah.
And connecting with reality is what can enable you to do what is healthy, to overcome the bad habits and to move in the right direction. And once you get a kind of passion that's really connected with reality, and a con person comes to you and starts giving you all this nonsense, once you show your passion, the con man is going to have a hard time dealing with it, because the con man, it's messing up his wavelength. His wavelength isn't trying to move you towards a more delusional view of things, or towards anything goes type mentality. He doesn't want to go in a direction where the person is going to make him have to express what he really feels, the truth within him. In other words, he's trying to play a game with you, and if you hit the truth with him, he cannot play his game. If you hit the passion with a strong
truth always brings out the raw reality of passion and spiritual growth. So when anyone is faced with the mirror of self, when you are walking the mirror of self with your passion and your spiritual knowledge, then you become the mirror for others. So when they see the reflection in that spiritual passion, they're going to have to face their traumas. They're going to have to face what's upsetting them. They're going to have to be telling just raw truth to you, because that, in essence, is what you're walking, is raw truth. And as you go forward in the spiritual passion, that's all that your gut intuition will allow around you, is that spiritual truth, and people wanting to evolve and wanting to get that passion for themselves to change and grow.
And that being able to be direct and express your feelings without any kind of, just being able to clearly be honest and express your feelings straightforwardly. That's not what a con man wants to deal with, because when you go after a person like that, they're going to have emotions and things inside of them that are motivating them to distort the truth, that are repressed, that they're not comfortable with. If they were a direct person that had the emotions all dealt with in a straightforward way of expressing them, they wouldn't be a con person. They'd be an honest person.
Yes.
So when you tend to be honest and direct and have a good connection with reality, you're going to sense when something's not quite right. That's why you have your intuition.
Yeah,
The sense when somebody's off or not tuned in properly. And it's not easy to tune into reality properly. There are so many crazy
radio waves of...
I mean, there's all kinds of misinformation out there. In other words, there are scientists and people in academia that have put in a lot of effort to get a stronger connection with the truth. If that stopped on us, is it going to? Oh, now it's going again. Okay, to get a closer connection with the truth.
Yes.
And so you want to find people that understand academia and understand scientists and understand what they're putting across. That they're not perfect, but they're better than the alternative.
Yeah, the science has been there for, proving they're valid, and thank God we have the science to confirm the spirituality. But the spirituality confirms the science, and the science confirms the spirituality. Both work hand in hand. So you, in a reality-based understanding of that passion, always remember to research and plug in the science and the academia into it.
I'm just mentioning you got to pay attention to the most solid sources. Now, if you're like me and you're a pioneer, that means you're going to question even the most solid.
Question everything. Keep questioning everything. That's what it's about.
You question even the most solid sources, but you have to respect the solid sources over the more.
Respect them, but question and always look and research.
In other words, don't get caught up in all that misinformation and things that are in style on the internet.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff in style that they don't have any research to back it. And if you look it up, a lot of the times it's totally wrong. Somebody just made it up or whatever. Meaning it's not based on anything really solid.
Please do your research. That is really number one about passion and building passion and gut intuitions and being healthy. Research.
And try to get good sources. Like
reliable sources, yes.
That's a lot of times these outlier sources are crazy. You have to. There are some good sources that are different, but you have to be really careful.
And trust your gut.
And you have to check them out. And a lot of the times the outliers will have attitudes that are negative towards a section of our society that distort reality because they don't like certain sections. They may have a prejudice to certain groups. They may not like. In other words, they don't see they're not tuned into people very well. And one of the things you have to do is you have to always look at people as people.
Yes.
And try to and figure out what motivates them as unique individuals, and understand that, because if you're connected with all different types of people, you'll find that they all have a well-meaning side to them, and they're not the villains that conspiracy theory people will make them out to be. They may not be that wonderful.
It's always another side.
But how many people in this world have their act together? It's just that the people at the top a lot of the time, they're magnified because they're at the top. But if you put anybody at the that's on the street or whatever at the top, a lot of them would do a lot worse because they don't even have the capacity to handle the job.
Well, I think when putting into passion, you got to remember that you're not the judge. Don't judge both sides. You're putting in the passions of understanding, control of emotions, control of what? Control of spiritual entities and forces that move this whole universe. And in unity, we want reality-based passion with no judgment, and understand that we're all unique and we all have a place and we have something to give this world. We're all on a mission of something, and everybody contributes to that. So have the open-mindedness and the open heart to give the opportunity to everyone.
Well, you're talking about judging ahead of time without the information of the facts, because you have to make reasonable judgments, but you have to do them really carefully, and that's where I'm talking about.
That's why it blends.
Having solid evidence, not being quick to judge, because it's so easy to convict somebody and they're innocent in this world. And the thing I keep having to tell people is that a lot of the stuff out there that happens in this world, we don't have enough information to be able to make a judgment on or to determine what exactly happened. That's just reality. You're not going to know everything, and when you feel like you have to know everything and you have to find a source that's going to tell you what actually happened when you don't know enough, you just can't jump to conclusions. It's that a lot of times things happen that are a mystery and a puzzle and will never be figured out because you never saw them clear enough, you never had enough evidence or information, or you didn't have enough knowledge to understand what was going on. And that happens. You don't have to create a conspiracy theory. Just understand that there's going to be missing parts, and that's just part of reality. And only deal with the parts you're sure of. And if there's missing parts, don't worry about it. Just
They'll fall into place eventually.
But you don't try to fill in the blanks where you don't have information with a story.
There's no story time here. This is spiritual passion, not story time.
So, and the thing is, with passion, what you find is that if you're able to express all emotions and all feelings, and you have this balanced passion, you'll find that what will happen is people who cannot handle a certain emotional wavelength won't like you. But a person that cannot handle a certain emotional wavelength is a person that is not balanced in their perspective on reality. They have something harming the clarity of their intuition. So a person that can handle all emotions and it doesn't upset them is going to be with passion, is the person that's going to be the most developed spiritually. In other words, they can listen to all kinds of music and they're not going to be say, yuck, I hate this music because it's representing the wrong emotion. They can handle passionate music no matter what wavelength it's on.
Open to all passions, open to all.
In other words, they're not going to have this thing where I can listen to this feeling represented music really loud, but you give me this music of another type that hits another area of my being which I'm not so comfortable with. Oh, don't give it to me. And I find that when I'm speaking to people, the same thing happens. I'm not speaking so loud that I'd be louder than the music they enjoy. They just don't enjoy the message I'm sending them, and that's their problem. Because if they had it together, they wouldn't have a problem with that. They could disagree, but they could handle the passion level. They wouldn't complain about the passion level. They would just get in a discussion related to the content related to the passion level. But there's nothing wrong with passion that comes from any direction in this world, because There are people that have all kinds of different passions and all kinds of different emotions in the world, and we want them to be able to freely express them and let it out.
Come out. Let it out.
And that's how you get empathy. If you can't connect with a particular type of passion, you don't have empathy for people that have that passion.
You need to develop the empathy to evolve and not miss the steps when you're learning about the spiritual passions and outlets of others.
And of course, the strongest passion comes towards the end. You have to work it out, because if we send the strongest passion at the beginning, we'll lose a lot of people, because a lot of people just can't handle the heat. And that comes with the good thing about passion. If you can handle a lot of passion, you can deal with a crisis really well. And you don't lose your intuition in a crisis if you can handle the passion of the crisis.
Yeah, there you go.
And you don't want a person, again, their emotions upset and losing their intuition when the time's required that you have it at its sharpest. And that's why a lot of people are in this world, because they haven't developed themselves spiritually in a holistic way, meaning all parts of themselves in a balanced way. So you could see reality clearly and straightforwardly. Okay, this is Positive Vibes Enterprise. The subject today was passion. I think we had a brief stoppage, but I don't think that interfered too much with the message. The message.
Please subscribe, share. We want more. We want people involved in letting us know what you think about our videos.
And we want people with passion, people that really really want to make this world a better place, that really care about the world.
Let's change it, one example at a time.
Because, as I say, emotion powers the spiritual, and that's what passion is. That's what can make this world a world we can be proud of. Yes. Well, thank you for listening, and please spread the word, and subscribe.